So I was text messaging back and forth the other day with one of my good buddies. He and his wife were in a little debate about where they should potentially invest in a investment property, and their debate is either somewhere in upstate New York or he wants to go somewhere down in South Florida. And I'm from upstate New York, and I had several properties in upstate New York. But I'm going to strongly encourage anybody, any family that is looking to invest in something that's going to be super lucrative and reliably safe over the next handful of years. I'm highly going to recommend, well, not to get political, but I'm definitely going to recommend a red state over a blue state in today's climate. The pandemic changed everything, right? Because the pandemic, you had a state like Florida that kind of drew its line in the sand, basically saying that it's a freedom state. So while Airbnb was really crippled throughout the entire country, not a lot of people were traveling to those areas, Florida's economy just kept thriving and reaching new levels that it had never reached before. And I saw all that occurring, and that's why I had to continue to invest in Florida. One of the hidden thefts that gets taken away from you in an area like in upstate New York or an area like Massachusetts or any high tax environment is in Florida, you only have a 1% tax rate. So if you have just to make the numbers easy, if you have a $1 million house, your tax rate here is 1%, meaning you're just going to spend about $10,000 a year in taxes. If you're from where I'm from, in Rochester, New York, the tax rate there is 4%. So you're going to end up paying $40,000 a year in property taxes. So the amount that you can buy is just drastically different down here. And what you need to realize is that if you invest in a high tax environment, obviously families can only pay so much or so much amount per month for their average amount of monthly obligations for a house. So what ends up happening is basically because of the high tax environment, it steals your appreciation away from you. So if you buy a $400,000 house in a blue state versus a $400,000 house in a red state, and I did that, I bought two homes right at that price level. My house in upstate New York went from $400,000 to $530,000 in 4 years. Whereas down here in Florida, I had a $400,000 house go up to $1 million. So if you were one of the fortunate ones and mommy and daddy gave you $1 billion and you don't have to worry about making good, smart financial decisions, God bless you. You don't have to worry about what I'm saying. But if you're the typical family or the typical investor that really wants to make smart decisions, I'm highly going to discourage you from any of the blue states. And that's why I continue to invest in SoFlo. South Florida's as good as it gets. I think it's the best area to invest in the entire country. This house, 2 years ago, was worth $350,000. Not all that big. There's actually 4 bedrooms in there. Today, the house is worth $650,000. The house generates about $10,000 a month in revenue, and the carrying costs are about $4,500. So not only has this house appreciated by $300,000 in 2 years, it's profiting $5,500 every single month. So you tell me, where should you invest? But come take a look inside. I want to show you kind of the simplicity of what the investment looks like. One of the things that we learned when we came down here the past couple years, don't get me wrong, you can make a ton of money owning a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, but we highly recommend a 4-bedroom because what ends up happening is you get bigger groups of families. So let's say, for example, you have 8 family members that want to go on vacation in Florida for a week or two. It's difficult to find certain hotel rooms near each other, next to each other. So a lot of times what these families do is they'll prefer to stay in an Airbnb where they can all cook and congregate together. So I personally like staying at the 4 bedrooms and up because it actually prices you away from the hotels. It kind of eliminates your competition there. But take a look at this house. My wonderful business partner, Alexis, decorated this and put all this together herself. I can't take any credit for that. And I think she did it for under $5,000. We were able to furnish this place. You know, to be honest with you, you don't want to buy the nicest stuff, because the nicest stuff, you know, over the course of years, it ends up getting ruined anyway. So she did an amazing job. House looks clean, modern, but this house is crushing it. You know, once again, the numbers are, you know, a $60,000 investment. It's probably made close to $500,000 in 2 years. Once again, scared money don't make money.